Kanye West. Ah! Palestine, Israel. Ah! 9/11, 9/11. Ah! I am J.D. Vance, the Vice President of the United States of America, and you're gonna buy a Nintendo Switch 2, and you're gonna lock it. Ah! I'm not gonna buy that. I don't like Nintendo Switch 2. It's a waste of my money. If anybody buys that shit, they become broke. They got no money left. And I'd rather save my money, all my good hard-earned cash, and not waste it, but instead, though, they came out Nintendo Switch 2. Why? Why the fuck? Why do I want that? Why would I even want that shit? Knock it off, Nintendo. Knock it off. Fuck you, Nintendo. And your stupid Japanese corporate commies. Stop coming out with new consoles and instead finish making better games. But instead you come out with that trash to begin with. I already have a Nintendo Switch. This is my first Nintendo Switch. Not the 2, not Nintendo Switch 2, but Nintendo Switch 1. Now why would I want a Nintendo Switch 2? I'm not wasting my money on that bullshit. And you want to know what's better than Nintendo Switch and Nintendo Switch 2? Let me show you. The 3DS. It's got 2 screens. The DS has 2 screens. And what do? You cancel the 3DS. We need to bring back the 3DS. Put internet on that shit. Put internet back on Nintendo. 3DS. Yes, 3DS needs internet. Because I'm sick and tired of you, Nintendo, canceling the 3DS. 3DS is way better than Nintendo Switch. This had actually free internet on it, but instead you went to Nintendo Switch and switched that. It's no wonder you're so retarded, Japan, commies of Nintendo, your corporate shit. We need to stop glorifying the Switch and glorify Nintendo 3DS. 3DS is better than the Switch. But no, you Nintendo abandoned the 3DS. Why'd you abandon it? You cannot even have internet on the 3DS anymore. What's up with that? I don't get it. And Nintendo Switch 2? That's a waste of damn money. And oh boy, you can make tons of games, but instead you make such garbage. You had to get rid of Diddy Kong out of the Donkey Kong universe and replace Diddy Kong with Pauline from Super Mario. I don't know which game that character's from. But you got rid of Diddy. And because you got rid of Diddy, you made Donkey Kong Bonanza worse. I'm sick and tired of the new Donkey Kong being crap. Why you gotta make everything so crap? The Donkey Kong, they changed how the Donkey Kong looks in the freaking Donkey Kong Bonanza. What's up with that bullshit? And yeah, I thought that taking Diddy Kong out of Nintendo or whatever, off the video game franchise, this Diddy Kong just delete itself because of P. Diddy and they don't want to glorify P. Diddy. Well, guess what? They made Donkey Kong worse. Why'd they have to change Diddy Kong into a little girl? A little human girl, not a monkey, not of Donkey Kong's relations. This new character for Donkey Kong Bonanza is bullshit. It's bullshit. And I agree with everybody else. We need to bring back Diddy Kong to Donkey Kong's world. And by the way, in court, Nintendo was in court and said that emulators are illegal. No, they're not. You should have banned them to begin with, but instead you're stuck with it, so you better be grateful that people are still playing your games. But instead this gets me angry. I don't want them to ban emulators everywhere on every website. I love emulators. Emulators are cool. You can play your favorite retro video games on your computer that way. But no, Nintendo likes to screw with their heads. It's like this. So what? I can play my favorite video games on an emulator if I want to. And what does Nintendo do? They say such mean bullshit saying that, oh, that's illegal. That's illegal. You're not paying for shit. Well, guess what? It's an old game, and there's no... It's really complicating to talk about, but emulators are fine. They're fine. They're good. And what is Nintendo doing? Making it so that everybody who uses an emulator gets thrown behind bars, get in jail for that. I don't agree with that bullshit. We need to stop Nintendo for doing this bullshit. This Nintendo Switch 2 has gotten to their brains. And Nintendo Switch, why is it called the Switch? Let me tell you something. Let me show you what an actual Switch is for those who don't know what the fuck a Switch is. Let me show you something. Light's gonna go on and off. Let me show you what an actual Switch is. That's the Switch. That's a real Switch. Sounds boring. Just like the way they name video games to begin with. They name a Game Boy, they name a Wii. Sounds like something you put in the toilet. This Wii shit. And Game Boy Advance, sounds like Gay Boy Advance for advances that are not. It's homosexual and it's stupid. Nintendo Wii sounds like Nintendo Wiener. Stick that shit in the toilet and don't show it in public. Do not show your freaking Nintendo Wii in public. You're showing that shit. You're waving that shit around like it's a penis. Stop it. Nobody wants to see your penis. Nobody wants to see that shit. That stupid Nintendo Wii. Sounds like Wiener. Wii. You get arrested for saying that shit. And I'm sick and tired of it. Public indecency. Stop it with the public indecency. Everybody's getting butt naked down the streets, every corner where you live. They're wearing no clothes, no shirt, no shoes, no service.